Hey there, welcome or welcome back to the official Thompson Resume Writing Company YouTube channel. I am Tamika Thompson. I'm the owner and resume writer at Thompson Resume Writing Company. And for this video, I'm going to be providing some tips on how to land your very first six-figure job if you have not landed one just yet, but you really want to. Let's get right into it. So I've been seeing so many posts and so many articles on sites such as CNBC, Business Insider, and LinkedIn on how there are more people making six figures today than there ever was before. And though that may be true statistically, I know that there's still a large chunk of people who have yet to land their very first six-figure job, but they really want to, and they're just not sure what steps they need to take to go ahead and be able to land opportunities such as those. And listen, your reasons for wanting to earn six figures or make more money in general are yours and yours alone. Do not let anybody shame you, because I see a lot of people who are just like, no, focus on your passion and focus on doing what you love and work for a good company. And all of that is good and all, but we have bills, okay? We have bills that need to be paid. We have families that need to be taken care of. We have goals. We have dreams. We want to buy houses. We want to pay off student loans, credit card debt, get a new car, whatever the case is, or simply just wanting to be paid what we're worth, right? Personally, I have been able to land multiple six-figure offers, and I did accept my very first six-figure role salary last year by doing several and many of the things that I'm going to discuss in this video. Now, in a previous video that I shared to my channel, I gave a number of tips on how to write a high-paying resume that can help you attract six-figure jobs, but there is more that goes into actually landing a six-figure job. So a resume is just a piece of the puzzle. There's some work that you have to do. There's some strategizing that you need to put together. So without further ado, here are some ways that you can land your very first six-figure job in 2023. First on this list is to specifically apply to companies that have a history and a reputation of paying their employees high, fair salaries. So I did not learn this until I was maybe 2.5 to 3 years into my career, which is a little late. I don't know, maybe it's okay. But the type of company that you work for absolutely impacts and dictates your earning potential. It is super important to work for a company that believes in paying their employees for their value, for their worth, and most importantly, believes in paying their employees fairly overall. And some people think that the answer to earning a six-figure salary is working for a super large Fortune 500 company, but that's not always the case. We have seen so many employees speak out on TikTok, on Instagram, going viral, talking about trash salaries, trash pay, and poor treatment, and being overworked, and no work-life balance, and things like that. So if you're thinking that working for a large company is the answer to the problem, I hate to burst your bubble, but it is not. The same way that a large company can pay their employees poorly is the same way that a small company can pay their employees poorly. So it's important to do your research to make sure that current employees who work there do feel as though that their salary is good and that they're being paid fairly and that they're being paid appropriately for their value, their experience, their worth, etc. So as you're making your company list, you'll want to make a note of the following. So with the companies that you have on your list, number one, do some research for the salary and the earning potential for the roles that you plan on applying to. Do some digging on the companies that you have on your list to try to see if they do have a history of paying their employees well and fair. And then again, take a look at some of the employee reviews and the compensation reviews just to see what current and past employees are saying. Next on this list is to take a step up or take a risk in your next job. So moving up and switching things up and moving around in your career is always the best way to increase your salary. Now this can mean a promotion, sometimes it can also be an internal lateral move, and then other times it's venturing outside of your current company and taking a step up. So maybe it's really difficult or really tough for you to move up in your current company to a managerial position, but as you're applying to jobs in your job search, you're finding that you are landing interviews for managerial type roles and you would rather advance in your career externally rather than internally. Another thing you can do is try something brand new. So maybe you make a career transition, maybe you hop into another industry, maybe you hop into another field, or maybe you take on a new role that is maybe 2 to 3 levels above where you are. If you feel confident and you have the skills and you know that you can do it and your resume is on point and you know that you are able to do it, go for it. Also trying something brand new, maybe going for a position that is a little bit outside of your comfort zone, a position that's not on your resume or maybe was not initially a part of your career journey or your career trajectory. Next on this list is to focus on developing and acquiring new skills that will make you eligible and qualified for higher paying roles. So aside from degrees and aside from education and experience, skills also play a major role in your ability to be eligible for positions, especially high paying roles. So it really boils down to what it is that you know how to do, what can you come in and fix, what can you come in and overhaul, what can you come in and transform, what can you come in and optimize. I like to say that your skills are like your secret sauce or your je ne sais quoi. It's what makes you special. It's your true value. So if you're really good at project management or transformation, organizational leadership, things like that. So don't think simple soft skills like communication, organization, attention detail. Those are important, don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about like those hard industry specific skills that is really going to make a difference between you maybe making 80 or 85,000 to 125,000. Taking the time to develop and explore some new skills that can make you eligible for higher paying jobs can make a world of a difference. And I am a testament to this. A couple of years ago, I really doubled down on learning a lot of technology and a lot of tech software and a lot of programs. And that has been the key to me being able to advance my career, since in my industry, technology plays a major part, in addition to a few other things, in me being able to really be successful in a position. So what I did was 3 years ago, I took a look at some positions that I would want to apply to 3 years from then. So I guess around now. And I started to take a look at what are the systems that I would have to know, what are some of the skills that I would need to learn, what are the things that these jobs are looking for so that I can start preparing myself accordingly. And I want you to do the same. So maybe right now you're a project specialist, but you really want to become a senior project manager in about 2 to 3 years. Take a look at some senior project manager roles and see what systems or software that they want you to know. Are there any certifications or licenses that you need to get? Is there any software that you need to know? Are there any new program management, software management, or anything of that sort that you need to know or have under your belt for you to be eligible for that job? And also try to find out how important those skills are for you to get that job. Maybe you go on LinkedIn and you find a senior project manager somewhere else, you schedule a coffee date, and you ask them, hey, what are the skills that I would really need to learn to be in your position or in your shoes one day? And then take it from there. So once you see the skills that you need to have, start looking up workshops, webinars, certifications, anything that is going to help you get those skills that you need. And then lastly, start figuring out ways that you can apply those skills so that you can confidently list them on your resume. Now, maybe there's some extra projects that you can be a part of at work. Maybe there's an internship or a side hustle that you can start to really start, testing that skill and really getting familiar with it. Next on this list is to consider going back to school for something. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a degree, so you don't have to get your bachelor's, you don't have to get your master's, you don't have to get a PhD or anything like that, unless the job specifically is asking for it. If you're seeing that the jobs that you're looking at 3 to 5 years from now are requiring a bachelor's degree, majority of them, then yes, go ahead and consider it. But you need to be thinking about going back to school for something. So as I mentioned before in the skills section, skills play a major role along with degrees in education. They're not the end all be all, but sometimes education is a really big important factor in being able to be eligible for some of these jobs. And again, it's not always a degree. Sometimes it's a license. Sometimes it's a certification. Sometimes it's a training. I know for the project management industry, having a PMP certification is a really big deal. And then in HR and human resources, talent management, sometimes a SHRM certification is really important. Either way, find a way to get your knowledge up, okay? So see if there's a class you can take, see if there's like an 8-week course or boot camp or something that you can do to really learn what it is that you need to be eligible for these type of roles. And as I stated in a previous video, investing in yourself is always going to pay off in the long run. I am someone who is always constantly learning, and luckily for me, that has always been the reason, or a core reason, why I have always been able to increase my salary, is because I'm always learning the next thing, the next software, the next skill, the next whatever it is in my field. I'm always making sure that I'm staying in line, or sometimes two steps ahead, learning wise on what it is I'm going to need to learn to be able to advance my career and be able to grow in my career. And it's not always about taking out loans or anything like that. Sometimes it's a simple $500 course or a $300 course, or maybe it is taking out, a full-fledged loan to be able to go back to school and get a degree. Either way, you never lose when you invest in your education and you're able to leverage that education to grow in your career. Number 5 on this list is to consider changing industry. So it's a well-known fact that some industries do pay more than others. Some industries that have a reputation for paying the most or paying high figure salaries, of course, include technology, but then you also have banking and financial services, healthcare, engineering, software, construction, supply chain management, and so many others. So do not feel the need to stay in your industry and stay in your field because it's what you're used to. Like I just said a few points ago, take a risk, take a jump, change to a new industry. Last on this list, I don't care how it makes you feel, especially if you're a recruiter or a talent manager, but please job hop. Job hoppers get a lot of hate. I myself have been and am a job hopper, but job hoppers get a lot of hate, and I understand why, but at the end of the day, they are making money though, okay? Every time I have job hopped, I have always increased my salary and made more money than before. And I did make a video on this as well. Even if you have been at your current job for a year and a half to 2 years, and you feel as though you've gathered and acquired new skills that would be more valuable elsewhere, maybe it's difficult to move up in your current position or in your current company. Maybe you've gone for a promotion and you've been shut down, or maybe the advancement opportunities at your current organization is just not there, but you know that you can make more money doing the exact same thing elsewhere. Please go do it. Update your resume, make sure that it's value enriched, make sure that it has all the makings of a high-paying 6-figure resume, and get out there. So those are some ways that you can land your very first 6-figure role in 2023. And trust me, if you are going for a high-paying role or a 6-figure role, I so want that for you. And I hope that this video was helpful and gave you some ideas on how to do so. If so, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and give me a like, hit the like button. And you can also go ahead and comment down below if there was a point that really stuck out to you, or if there's a question that you have that I did not address in this video. For more resume tips, job search tips, career guidance, advice, etc., feel free to follow me on social media. My Instagram is @_Mika Thompson. My LinkedIn profile name is Tamika Thompson, and I do have an email list that you can subscribe to. The link to subscribe is in the description box below. If you do need assistance with your resume, if you are ready to go ahead and get your resume together so that you can land a high-paying role, and maybe writing your resume is just not your thing and you'd rather hire somebody like me to go ahead and take that off your hands, I'd be more than happy to help you. My website is www.thompsonresumes.com. You can also email me directly at hello@thompsonresumes.com. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it to the end of this video, and I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye, you guys.